All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to get it started. So I'd like to introduce everybody to Sensei Nick, for those of you who do not know him. Here's another exclusive webinar presented to you by ChampionsWay. Today, Sensei Nick will be talking about a great social media plan and how to really use social media to generate leads for your school. He's been in martial arts for over 15 years, and he studied Kempo, Muay Thai, BJJ, Wushu, and Taekwondo. And he's been rocking it as a school owner for over 10 years. He's also the proud owner of 2 successful martial arts schools. Sensei Nick also recently got the keys to his ChampionsWay consulting office in New Jersey. If you're ever in the area and need some advice from him, give him a ring and drop by his office. Ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Sensei Nick.
Thanks, Tatis. I appreciate that. For those who know, Tatis is awesome. He's one of the best guys over at ChampionsWay, helping me a lot with social media, and he's really talented. So thank you very much, Tatis. And I just emailed you a survey. If you could put that into the chat box, Tatis, that'd be great. This is actually a survey for the Karate Kid. For those of you that missed the Karate Kid webinar last week, we're doing another live one on Friday at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. And for those of you that missed it, we're going to be doing it again. This is a live one. After the live one goes out, then we'll start sending the recording out. The Karate Kid marketing webinar that we did, we really had a really exciting time when we launched it at the Seaway. But this survey here, if you could just go through that real quickly, I'd like everybody to go through that. This will give you an idea of the things that we're doing in our schools and how we're going to really just get a lot of students from the Karate Kid. I believe that the Karate Kid marketing webinar that we put on is the most cutting edge and advanced thing that we have. Also, in the ChampionsWay library now, we have a Karate Kid online training course, so that way you can make sure that you're actually going through it step by step. Which is really cool. And so take a minute, go through that survey. It's going to give you a good idea of what you haven't done and what you have done. Some people were typing in the box before the webinar started about sponsoring movie theaters and just doing some different things in school. What we're going to really show you today is show you how to dominate the internet from once the movie comes out. Because one thing we need to keep in mind is that 20 years ago when the Karate Kid came out, everybody went to the Yellow Pages and looked up, karate. Well, now it's totally different. So whatever happened 20 years ago doesn't matter. This is a totally new time, and I want to be talking about that in this webinar, about how social media is the future of marketing. I'm also going to be talking about social objects, about how social objects are what's going to get you to the highest position on Google, and we're going to go right into it. So hopefully everybody filled that survey out. I'll give everybody another minute to just go through that. That's the survey is right here in the chat box, and that, even though that's for the Karate Kid, that'll be like a lead into people that are coming to the webinar on Friday. It's something you do not want to miss. We just had a couple school owners, Dave over here, he just came up here and checked it out, and he thought he had everything going on for the Karate Kid, and once I showed him what we were doing, he was really, really surprised. So definitely make it out for that. Okay, so has everybody filled out the survey? If you could type yes in the box, or that'd be great. Or if you need a little more time, just put in there 1 more minute so I know where everybody's at in regards to the survey. No worries. Take your time, guys. We'll give everybody another minute to go through that, so don't worry about it. Sure, Alan, if you have a question, you could just type that in the chat box. I think you raised your hand, so if you have a question, you can put that in the chat box, we could answer your question. It's okay, so we still have other people logging in, so we're going to just keep moving here once everybody gets that survey done. Okay, Alan, so you have a question with the survey. Tatis, if you could put that back in the chat box again, or maybe email it to Alan, maybe that will work. Okay. It's not a problem, guys. Don't worry. We'll actually email it to anybody who wasn't able to do it. So no worries. Okay, but it did work for most of you guys. So, all right, Charles. We'll take that question when we're done. So let me just get started with this. Okay, clearing the confusion on social media. Okay, let's go right into it. Social media marketing will get you students, boost retention, and not take as much time as you think. That's the main thing. My main message I'd like to deliver to everybody today is social media marketing will get you students. It will boost retention and not take as much time as you think. So just going over a couple of the basic social media myths. Obviously, number one, it takes too much time. Number two, it can get you in trouble. People think that they can get in trouble for using social media. Number three, it does not get you students. Some people think they're too old to use Facebook. Another worry is if something bad happens, everyone is going to find out about it. Some people also think that it didn't work for me, I already tried it. Okay, well, these are myths. Okay, now let's go over the realities. It only takes too much time if you don't know what you're doing. It can only get you in trouble if you deserve to be in trouble. The example I use is that someone says, well, if something bad happened in my school and, something happened that would be all over the Facebook. Yeah, I mean, that's true. It could happen, but that could happen anyway, all right? It does not get you students, okay? It does not get you students if you're using it incorrectly. We get students every day from Facebook. Seriously, every other day, I'll say that. I'm too old for Facebook. The most targeted age group now of people going on Facebook, believe it or not, and I'm not sure the exact statistic, but I believe it's somewhere between 52 and 65 or something like that. So you're not too old for Facebook. If it didn't work for me, I already tried it, try it again. Right? Because there's no other option here, guys. I'm going to demonstrate to you that you must get onto this, and that's why you're here at this webinar. It's not that complicated. The first thing is try several campaigns to see what works for you. And that's going to be really important because it depends on your target market. Everyone's a little bit different. Some people might not be into the Karate Kid. They might not want to work on getting children of that age group into their school for some reason. Some of the campaigns will work, some of them will not. It only takes a lot of time in the beginning. The most important thing right here that we teach in the ChampionsWay library is keep learning. Okay, keep learning because some tools and networks will come and go. Interesting, I'm on the internet probably more than, 90% of the people in the industry, between my cell phone and my two computers that I use on my desk, and I've watched some really interesting content over the past several months. I've heard some people talk about how, Facebook is a waste of time, or, look at what happened in MySpace, and, Twitter's dying, and, it's a shame that people listen to these people because it just shows you how uneducated they are on social media. MySpace is making a comeback, right? Believe it or not, it's actually worked on their platform. Twitter, we're going to talk about that, how the things that's coming out with that are monumental in the social media industry, the things they're coming out with. All right, and it's a shame because I hope that people aren't listening to these people because they're going to get left behind if they're still trying to do letters and postcards and doing these traditional marketing methods that just will not produce the same type of results that social media does. Also, do not allow a void to build around your brand. By not doing social media, this is the biggest thing that's going to happen is you're going to have a void around your brand. No one's going to know about it, and you're going to die. The brand is going to die. Address a crisis if it arises. Okay, you need to address that. We're going to talk about that as well. And then the thing I like to talk about, and some of you guys have seen some of this content because you're at the Seaway, but there's new stuff in here, and we're going to talk about that. But the thing and the thing is, sometimes you need to hear it over and over again. New/old. Okay, what I mean by that is that this is a new way of delivering the same old content and material that we've been delivering for over the past 20 years. Okay, so picture this: like if you looked at a typewriter, all right, from 20 years ago, now it's a keyboard. Well, now the keyboard, is not even a keyboard anymore. It's like, what is it now? Now it's the mobile text pad that you have, and eventually the keyboard's going to be something that comes out of your iPhone that's like an infrared screen. So I like to use that analogy, the new/old. Okay, whenever we're doing anything. Now, the 5 takeaways we're going to go over today. Number 1, social media optimization. We're going to talk about that. You're going to be really excited about it. It's going to make you really pumped up. I figured I'd start off with that. Number 2, social media etiquette. A lot of people don't understand social media etiquette. Number 3, how to get students by using social media. Number 4, using social media to boost retention, and then putting it all together. Now, the number 1 thing that we're going to go over today, social media optimization, is going to get you very excited.